I don't know. I feel like the American dream, as they call it, or it's the dream of all people, probably, is to be able to move forward in life, to progress, to be able to build something that you can leave to your children, something, a place for you to grow old. I mean, four walls and a roof, bare minimum. That you don't have to break your back every day forever to just to keep from having that roof snatched away from you. I mean, not for somebody else, not just because you got to keep producing paper, you know. I'm not opposed to hard work. I just think you're gonna work for something that should be yours, you know. Like, in the old days, a person has some land, a farmer would work the fields all day and look after his roofing and make improvements to the home over years and years, and improve the garden and get food by gardening, farming, hunting, fishing, you know. Now, it's a whole other world, you know, the whole system, the whole economy, the whole way of life now is set up to be as far away from natural as possible. It's just we're relying on all these computers and stuck on the grid. I don't see a future in the way that we're living now, you know? And the way that we're promoted that, oh, this is the way life is supposed to be, but this is not the way life was supposed to be. This isn't the way that mankind lived for thousands and thousands of years. This whole service economy, big labor force, I don't know, corporations controlling everything. It's kind of relatively new. I mean, sure, there's been variations of that sort of thing. Always been greedy rich people and stuff, but I mean, think of all the resources there are, all the land that there is that's not occupied everywhere. I just know if I'm going to work for something, I want to have the fruit of my labor. If I grow a bunch of food and I till up the soil and I plant and I grow the food, I want to be able to harvest that food and I want to be able to eat that food. I don't want, the king's horses and the king's men to come and steal fucking half of everything or more, you know? I mean, really what I'd like is to have a farm or something, but it's just so far beyond, so far out of reach now, you know? Because, I mean, if you get a job, you work long, hard hours, you still not make enough money just to barely scrape by, it seems like. Unless you're making some six figures or something. And then you're just selling your hours, your days, your months, or years of your life for some dream. And every penny you make, when you're talking about the fiat currency, just goes down and down and down in value, you know? You know, dollar buys a penny's worth or something. That's where we're at now. It just keeps going. Every time you go to the store, or if you're looking for a place to rent or something you want to buy, you just see costs, doubling, tripling, quadrupling over and over again. Well, it's gotten now to the point already where it's gotten ridiculous, and you know, that's right now. That's now. That's before you see the outcome, all the bank runs and the further inflation. What happens when BRICS takes over as the reserve currency? What do you think happens to the value of the dollar then? I mean, we're headed for like Zimbabwe dollars. You want to bust your ass working for that? Working for those fucking mullahs? They have 5 trillion mullah. Can I buy bread? Can try. Just, I mean, what are we doing? I hate this, the way the world is. I never thought it was gonna be like this. I never could have envisioned a world becoming anything like this when I was a kid. I guess I didn't know as much about what was going on, but the world was a lot different back then too. Way different. I was in a country that felt like this is my country, this is my home, and I was proud to be an American. And ancestors that, been here since the 1400s or 1500s. Just it's sad to see that how people are just being pushed aside now in this country, and just it's all over the world though. I mean, people are getting pushed aside by mega corporation governments and these super wealthy fat cats that just own everything, by grift, by theft, by just through violent ends. And I mean, what are we people supposed to do now, right? I guess for people who have built up big fancy credit scores and worked for many years at some job or something, or able to, or you got friends or family members, you got wife, husband, wife, whatever the heck that you really get along with, and you work on it together and you figure out a way to make it work, I suppose. Just what are we supposed to do though? I mean, for one thing, you think about the way of life that we're all brought up into. You go to school, they got you trained to arrive at a certain time in the morning, clock in, follow the lines, walk on this side of the hall, speak when you're spoken to, sir, yes, sir, please may I go to the bathroom, and all that. you know, all that kind of stuff. And then you get out of school and you're supposed to just go to some job, arrive on time, clock in, and, on and on. Same thing, same sort of structure. But we're heading very quickly into a world where the vast majority of jobs, if not almost every job in existence, that no longer require human beings anymore. With all the artificial intelligence and the computer, and robots and all this shit. I mean, what do you think a war? Make you imagine like all the war fighting robots and stuff. Two armies in the future. What are they gonna do? Send a bunch of robots to march against a bunch of other robots, and then it'll be robots bullying each other up on the battlefield or something. Right? It just no. Of course they wouldn't do that. But I mean, I'm just saying that's the kind of level of ridiculousness we've arrived at. We've arrived at where robots can plant crops, robots can pick the crops, robots can fly the plane, drive the cars, drive the trucks. They can sure as hell check you out at the grocery store, check you out at the McDonald's. They sweep the floors. They can perform surgery. I mean, they can certainly say, would you like fries with that, and pump your gas, and so on and so forth. I mean, what's going to be left for humanity if we don't have freedom, if we're just locked into this mindset of feudal serfdom and basically indentured servitude? If we continue on that path, well, what are you guys gonna do when all your jobs are belong to robot now? What are you gonna do when your 401k and your fucking social security is gone, when your dollar isn't worth a freaking penny? Oh wait, it's already there, actually. It's that last part, yeah. Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. I mean, seriously, literally around here, like back in the 70s, 80s, you could rent a house. Not an apartment, a house. A house for $50 a month. And now, like, the cheapest apartments are like $1,500 a month. So you do the fucking math, dude. That's 30 fucking times as much today now to rent a little dinky apartment where you can't smoke and you can't do this and you gotta keep the TV turned down and blah blah blah. 30 times more expensive for that to live like, somebody's, tenant bitch or whatever, as it used to be to rent an actual house. Like a house. I remember you can think back even more recent than that, man. I know my aunt and uncle, he died, boy, how long ago was that? Maybe 2008, 2009 or something like that. They were renting this house, really, really fancy, big. I mean, we're talking like 2 stories with a basement, log cabin sort of house, like really super nice, luxurious, and it had like a big pole barn too. And I think they were paying less a month to rent that back then, back in like the 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere like that. They were paying less, I think, to rent that back then than what it would cost me now to rent a fucking one bedroom apartment or even a studio in most places now, you know? Oh, and by the way, I can't. Ain't nobody approving my application, right? Because I don't have the require. I don't meet all the requirements. You got to be making $54,000 a year, provable income, and have years and years of rental history and credit rating and this, that, and the other thing to even get approved to rent a place now. You're dealing with all these management agencies, all owned by fucking like BlackRock and Blackstone Group and fucking shit like that. You know? I mean, our country is fucking gone, man. Our country is gone. We're just sitting here watching for the death throes or whatever while people are going, "I get to live now." People don't have a clue what the hell's going on. I mean, we're so fucking screwed. And I really don't know what to do, man. I'm thinking, I mean, I don't have a whole heck of a lot left. Maybe I should try running off to goddamn Thailand or something, or somewhere. Try to find somewhere I could actually afford to live that would actually. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, should I just head out in the woods and with like a hatchet and machete or something and some rope and start like building fucking some kind of old fashioned house in the woods or something? Or build a cabin. I'll hang up some 12-volt lights and shit. You know, how long could I stay there before some, you know, BLM fucker comes along to kick me out, or the cops show up to throw me out of my ass, right? I mean, or you just live in a tent surrounded by a bunch of meth addicts or something, some city somewhere. Fuck. I mean, where are you even supposed to go? They say there's a fucking housing crisis. That's a load of horse. You know what there is? There's a bureaucracy crisis. There's way more fucking empty houses, empty apartments, just literally everywhere you go. Like, if you drive down like any fucking street anywhere, probably you're gonna be driving past probably thousands upon thousands upon thousands of empty unoccupied houses, empty unoccupied apartments, because nobody can get approved to live in the fucking things. They're just sitting there empty. You try to rent one of them, they won't take your fucking money. They make more money off of application fees. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. They'll take your fucking application, charge you $50 or something, and then they'll take applications from hundreds of thousands of other people, take their $50, you know, and they just made more money every month than they would have made if they actually let somebody move into the damn place. Zombie apartments, you know. So yeah, maybe that'd be a way they could they could fucking deal with the housing crisis. You really want one of the quick simple solution to take a big bite out of the problem with the housing crisis? I'll tell you what you do. You make a law that says that these management agencies and shit are not allowed to charge people money for the fucking applications. No application fees are allowed by law. And then they'd have to either sit around and not make any fucking money, or they'd have to actually rent the goddamn places to people. Yeah. That'd be something, right? And how about get rid of the fucking? How about make a rule that they're not allowed to discriminate against people based on their fucking income if they have the money, you know. And tell them they can kick people out when they can't pay their fucking rent anymore. But if they've got the money to pay now, then take their money and let them move in. You know. I mean, if you want, and you want to talk government solutions, how about fucking rent control? I mean, I hate to say it, but since we're under the yoke of fucking tyrannical government anyways, you can't get rid of them, might as well see if you can't, you know, fantasize about them actually doing anything that actually helps anybody out at all. You know, actually help the poor. And talk about want to give out fucking, well, we're gonna help you get housing. Who the fuck? Who's getting this housing? Where is it? You know? Where is it? I mean, maybe I am old or something. 39 whole years old now, right? I'm 39 years old, and the first time I ever saw a homeless person when I was like 10 or something, 10, 11, 12 or some shit. And we went to Disneyland. And I'd been to California. I'd been through California and stuff before. I didn't even see homeless people in California until, you know, or notice or see any homeless people or people coming up begging for change or any shit like that. I hadn't even seen anything like that until I was like 10, 11, 12 maybe a little older, you know. And we passed through California even for almost every summer on the way to Arizona. I hardly ever see homeless people in Arizona, California, freaking. We passed through fucking LA and shit. Didn't hardly see them there. Barely any, you know, even there. Which I never seen a homeless person anywhere in Oregon until I was like a teenager, you know. Until I was like 16, 17, 18, 19, something like that is when I started to occasionally see one or two every now and then that looked like somebody that came in from out of town or something, you know. And then as more years went by, I'd start to see, you know, here and there. If you walked out into the woods or something a ways, you might find a few tarps laid out where there'd be like 2 or 3 people that were homeless or something. That was about it. Now it's like every fucking parking lot. You go to a Walmart parking lot, there's probably like 500 or 1,000 homeless people there. Go to Safeway, there's a few dozen there. Go to any other store parking lot, any parking lot of anywhere, there's gonna be 1 or 2 or 3 anyways. You go look, you know, alongside the road. You drive around everywhere. There's people living in their cars, tents parked everywhere. It's like everywhere, man, everywhere. And you go to a park at right as it's about to get dark. You'll see a whole bunch of people show up because they fucking are living there in their cars. Yeah, be more people at the park after dark than there is in the daytime. People showing up to sleep in their cars in the parking lots of the park. That's where the fuck. That's where we're at, man. There didn't used to be homelessness because housing used to be fucking, you know, somewhat affordable. People would bitch about the cost back then. If they had any fucking idea what it was gonna be like now. Goddamn, I remember I used to smoke cigarettes and shit. I remember when cigarettes went up to like over $2 a pack. You know, bitching about the cost of cigarettes and hearing other people talk about that. I fucking can't believe they made up $2 a pack. What are they, fucking crazy? You know, now they're like $12. I've seen some packs trying to sell for $20 a pack. Like, goddamn, dude. I mean, seriously, like a pack of cigarettes now costs more than a carton used to cost. And within just the last less than 20 years. Because, like, or okay, 20 years or so. Yeah, about 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years ago, you get like a whole carton for what it costs to get a fucking single pack now. And it's like that with everything, man. Damn near everything. They managed to keep the alcohol somewhat cheap in some instances. Certain options. Not everything. Some stuff is like 8-10 times what it used to be, but other stuff still. Yeah, because they want to keep you. They want to let you have options so you can stay drunk and gotta keep pumping that shit out. I mean, they're fucking wrecking the housing, wrecking the food supply, wrecking everything, and nobody's doing a goddamn thing about it, basically. The politicians blowing smoke up your ass. Nobody cares. Like, even the people living on the streets, most of them don't seem to hardly fucking care. Or they don't see what the reason is or what's going on. And, you know, there's people just renting a place for paying fucking $16, $17, $1,800 a month for some fucking little apartment. Been living there for 10, 15 fucking years. You know, they ought to own the whole fucking complex. As much money as they paid out. Holy shit. I mean, what the fuck are we doing, man? You watch all these videos on YouTube of people doing like homesteading or whatever. I just watched one. There's some chick in Spain, you know, had some, you know, old farmhouse, some land, just made it beautiful over the course of a year, you know. There was no power, running water, none of that shit there. But, you know, in like a year or less, it basically looked like paradise. And it's like, you know, I wish I could do that. But it's like the freedom to even try to do something like that has been taken away from us. I don't want to build something just to have it be ripped away. End up having to go out in a hail of fucking bullets or some shit just to try to defend the thing that I've built, you know. If I build a home somewhere, I'm gonna fucking consider that's my home, and you come try to take that fucking home from me. I'm gonna pry it from my fucking cold dead hands at that point, because I ain't got nothing more to lose at that point. Like, I need a home. Fuck, I had more than enough money to where I should have been able to buy a goddamn house back in like June, July. Should have been able to buy 2 fucking houses. But nope. Nope. Nobody sells shit. Goddamn real estate agents don't know jack shit about anything that they're selling. You know, if anything's like a couple of states away, you can't get a hold of anyone. If you do get a hold of anyone, they don't have any answers for you. You have to go fucking beat the streets, knock on doors, meet someplace in person, and then there's all the bureaucracy and the fucking delays on everything. You know, it's just so much goddamn bullshit and red tape involved in every fucking thing. It's just like, it makes it impossible. And I don't know what the fuck to do. I need a fucking home, and it'd be nice. It would be nice, you know, if I could actually have some space with a patch of dirt where I can grow a garden or something too, man. Whew. I guess that's asking too much, huh? Just like to have a roof and 4 walls, a roof that 4 walls that I can hang my paintings on, and I can put some furniture up, and I can set up my projector and my TV and fucking cool lighting and all that good shit, you know. I'd be able to make a place, make something into a home. Not get raped in the ass every time the fucking monthly bill comes around. God damn it. So far, I'm on a goddamn discount rate at the motel I'm at. $1,400 fucking dollars a month for that, plus another $200 for car insurance and a storage to keep all my stuff in. Plus then gas and extra groceries and whatever stupid shit that I foolishly blow money on. Figure out what some of that is. Fucking spent like $60 getting a 6-pack thing of bottles of wine, like 4 bottles of mead the other night, like an idiot. Like, oh, that's a good deal there. You know, because I'd never tried mead before. I was planning to not drink. Had no intention of getting alcohol. I was just going to get some, like, polish. Trying to polish some brass. And then I walked past this thing. There's, like, mead sitting there for $12 a bottle. Like, oh, shit. I've been wondering about that for years. Like, wanted to try that. It's good. I got like 4 bottles of that. And then it said I could get another 10% discount if I grab a couple other bottles of something. End up drinking all this shit in like 2 days. Brilliant. Just like keep having to have some dude coming around here kind of like bugging the crap out of me. Kind of makes a guy want to drown in booze some more to numb the annoyance or whatever. Oh, God. I gotta get the hell out of here. We're gonna move into a motel a little more seedy than this even pretty soon, because I think I could save hundreds of dollars a month by moving to this other place. Yeah, then I'll only be paying $1,000 a month plus another $200. Or I'm gonna try to talk her down to fucking $800. Still ridiculous though. You know, a fucking motel room is not a home. It's not even an apartment. I mean, an apartment isn't a fucking home either though. I don't know how the hell people bring themselves to be okay with that, you know? To be okay, like, do you guys not realize that the money that you paid in that on that apartment for like about a year's worth of your rent, basically, of that apartment, after you paid a year's worth of rent on one of those apartments, that should be yours. You should own that. Have no more fucking bills coming from the fucking apartment managers. That should just be your room. You own it. It's yours because you fucking paid for it. You know? It's a screw job. You tell you can or cannot smoke. Don't do this. Oh, don't put screws in the walls, nails in the walls, hang a painting up. No, don't do that. Gotta let random fucking strangers walk into your fucking place whenever they damn well please. Inspection. Whatever, man. It's just... I really fucking hate this world, what it's become. And it's really, really fucking sickening because I can see the contrast. I can see the fucking contrast. I know what this world is for some people. I know that this world for some people, for the people who got a fuckload of money or whatever, who just have the right connections or whatever, well, they can just, like, you know, fritter their hours away in a garden, have a fucking paradise or something laid out at their feet, you know. And for other people, it's just like fucking impossible. Like, doors are slammed in your face, walls are fucking, every direction you turn, it's like you run into another fucking brick wall. You can go get a job and work and work and work and never fucking get ahead. It's just... it's fucking bullshit, man. A lot of the time, what it feels like to not have like an actual stable home is just, you're just fucking frozen. It would be like, yeah, like you're just frozen in time, frozen in space. Like, the world moves forward, everything gets worse around you in the world, and you're just stuck in the same place, and you're just watching everything just fucking go down the fucking drain. Your any hope of having something better, of being able to have a life. Like, sometimes it just feels like, what is the fucking point of even goddamn trying? What's the point of even getting out of fucking bed? You know? You're just gonna run into another motherfucking brick wall. I'm like, oh, we're just gonna try and do this, and bonk, brick wall in the face. Like, over and over again. I just want to be able to see a goddamn future. Fucking hope for something, where hope of actually being able to have something I can call home, for fuck's sake. I want to be able to stop feeling this internal sense forever and ever. It's just, I've had this feeling in me forever, just like for the longest time, even before I lost the place I was living, where I lived when my mom died. Even then, I felt this. Just this feeling, I want to go home. I want to go home. But I don't have a home to go home to. I don't know where home is. Home is not a thing that's there for me, And it fucking sucks. It's weird, though, to me how anyone living in like an apartment or something could not... And you would think anybody that's living in an apartment must feel that way all the time, for like forever. Or they just manage to like not think about it. Could you imagine like how many more great inventors, painters, artists, writers, how many great thinkers, great philosophers, great, or just whatever, how many more farmers there would be, how many more artisans, how many more, people that learned a skill or a trade and that, like, the real world application type of thing, Butchers and baker, the candlestick maker, the fucking blacksmith, How many more people like that would there be? How much more intelligence, could we have? How much more community and family could we have if we weren't living such artificial fucking lives? We're just fucking free. I don't have a home right now. I've got some time, I guess. I need to stop blowing money and start making money and start fucking finding a way to stop the bleed or whatever. Stop the bleeding of the fucking money so I can hopefully eventually somehow goddamn find a place to live. I tried to set my sights low. I think it's setting your sights low to hope to get a fucking some beat up old mobile home that I can fix up. That's not much to ask for. I don't think. Somewhere where the damn lot fee isn't going to be ridiculously high. There's still lots of mobile homes in the world that are in the U.S. or even here in freaking Oregon, where the monthly lot fee is only like $400. Sometimes maybe 500. Sometimes it might even be lower. And the problem is like not a lot of management on these things, and it's like I've driven around so many mobile home parks. You drive in there, you drive around, and it's like I'll see like a dozen or more mobile homes that are just totally fucking empty. Nobody's there. Obviously, nobody's living in them. They don't even have curtains up. Some of them are starting to fall into disrepair somewhat. But it looks like something that I could fix up. And I drive around. I try to try to find the manager number, call and call and call for months, never get a fucking response. Try to ask people around there. Nobody knows anything. It's just like there's just houses all over the place like that. They're just like falling into disrepair, just falling apart. And either they're not for sale at all because just whoever owned them died or lives in some other state or just doesn't give a shit. Or they're fucking crazy. They want $150,000 for some wrecked pile of shit. It's just, or they just want to knock it down rather than let you move in and fix it up. I've seen houses along the road many times. Drove past houses over this last year. I drove past houses thinking, God, I wish that was for sale. I wish I could buy that. I could fix it up. Then I'll drive by a month later or something that somebody knocked it down with a fucking tractor or something, just plowed it to the ground. I don't know what the hell to do. I just don't know what the hell to do. I really don't. I don't know what the fuck to do. And it's like I feel like everything I do, or everything I try to do, like how many fucking times I've spent like literally 6, 8, 10 hours straight, just like digging through fucking listings on the internet of going through Telencell, dig through listings on the internet on Zillow and Redfin and fucking apartments and every other damn thing, just trying to find something and find next to nothing. And the things I do find, if you try to get a hold of anyone, good fucking luck ever getting anybody to answer any fucking questions or even knows anything about it. The best you can get is the fucking runaround. Or if you do find something, it's like fucking hundreds and hundreds of miles or thousands of miles away, and they don't have any information for you. You gotta go fucking hit the road and go fucking hundreds or thousands of miles away to even fucking get any questions answered, and then you gotta apply. You can't just say, here's some money, take my money, motherfucker. No. Gotta apply to see if you're approved to live there. Because we have to approve you. You have to be approved by us. Because we're so fucking special. Son of a bitch. Just. Or a good drive all over the fucking place, trying to drive around to look at mobile home parks and find a bunch of mobile homes that look empty. Can't get a hold of anyone. You don't want to answer any questions or to respond to me when I try to ask them about buying something. Just people trying to fuck you out of more and more money so they can. Oh yeah, fill out this application so we can steal your money and deny you again. Right? Motherfucker. Apply for dozens and dozens and dozens of apartments and look all over the fucking place for a goddamn mobile home because. And then if I just finally decide to say fuck it and settle on a goddamn camp trailer, well then where the hell am I gonna park it? You know, gotta get someone to approve of you parking your camp trailer on their precious dirt. Son of a bitch. And they want to fucking charge you more than it would have cost me to fucking rent 12 houses or something back in the day. God damn it. Just to have a space to park a fucking camp trailer. Of course your camp trailer has to be super expensive, don't you know? So if you get an older camp trailer that's perfectly fine, you're not allowed. Because even though everybody else there is parked in their old camp trailer, but we have a rule now. Anyone new coming in here has to have a brand new camp trailer. Well, fuck you. I don't know what the hell to do, man. I've about fucking had it with this shit, man.